It is worth noting, this is a major series of macro shocks, and Bitcoin is virtually at its all-time high, right?
Yeah.
That was not the case in previous major macro shocks. This is really the first one where we've experienced that. And we all think, I forgot what the title is, Bitcoin going to the moon or Bitcoin rate.
It's pump alert, Bitcoin about to explode, sir.
Oh, sorry. Pump alert. About to explode.
I was sleeping and my pump alert went off, so we thought we'd make it a title. Never happened to me before.
But I think the reason for that is this is like a classic situation where you wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin would sell off. And we're seeing the opposite. We're seeing strong long-term flows. We're seeing it like poking at its all-time high. So I think the pump alert is on. I think we'll see a bump there too.
Well, if you think about it in traditional finance, right, where do all the flows go? Where did they start, and where's the lion's share of the flows go? They go to S&P 500, ETFs, right? So BBB and SPY, those are the biggest ones that have ever existed. And so again, investors are trained this way. Well, you know what? Let me allocate a certain percentage of my capital to the conglomerate of crypto assets, right? I'll have it covered at that point. If there's a major move in either direction, you know what? I'm good. So there aren't a whole lot. We don't talk about in traditional finance the Microsoft ETF.
By Bitcoin. So all the people who bought this ETF last year are going from 1% to 3% or 5% now, right? Because they've learned, they've seen what it's done in their portfolio. So I think the flows are just going to go up.
And we're smack dab in the middle of sell in May and go away, by the way. So inflows in the second week of June. Of that scale are really something to pay attention to.
Yeah.
You don't often get escalating inflows into an asset, effectively, at the beginning to / middle of summer. This doesn't happen.
No, and big numbers. I mean, listen, my PE comp is not 20, it's 100, right? So the valuation window jumps up. And then with these companies flush with cash are going to do significant M&A. And absolutely, you're going to see all these companies rush. I mean, it is going to be a gold rush for Wall Street. And I think the demand is really significant. For what it's worth, when we go and talk to institutional investors, the story about stablecoins is like, setting candy in front of them. I mean, they can't get enough of it. They all want to invest in it. So I'm not surprised at Circle. I'm not surprised at Tron, even though it makes us true. But these are effectively marketing engines. So maybe that is the reason. Yeah.
Long Island blockchain iced tea.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because we're probably 3 to 6 months away where there's an adjustment to the whole process with how Bitcoin ETFs buy and sell spot Bitcoin, because Cash Create will go away. And so how do you make the claim that it's paper Bitcoin at that point? That you can't make the claim, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Having watched the gold ETFs for years, and people have claimed that they haven't bought gold. It's the world we're going to live in a couple years as stable coins go from 250 billion to 2.5 trillion to 10-20 trillion dollars, which is the direction they're on, and every major firm. And just think about what that world means. That means you're one click adjacent to DeFi. Yeah, exactly. JP Morgan, right? Everyone. Yeah. Hell freezes over. But here we are, inevitable. Everyone's going to be one click away from DeFi. They're going to be one click away from Bitcoin. Crypto is going to be completely normalized. People aren't even going to think about it. Single sign-on with a crypto wallet onto every major shopping and website is going. We're doing our best. We're doing our best. It takes a village. It takes all of us. You guys too. So we'll keep at it.
Well, we love watching it from close and from afar, obviously. And, you're on TV every day, so we can always find you. It's amazing. And if you're not randomly seeing Matt on TV, please give him a follow on X, because absolutely great content. Incredible. Thank you, man. And enjoy your time and see how it goes. Or most people, would it be like do a Bitcoin, then add like 20 grand? You know what I mean? Like, is it equivalent? What, where can I maximize what we're showing off here?
what you're doing is you're giving people a very, very unintentionally good commercial for our concierge program, because you're able to ask all those questions inside of 15, 30, 45 minutes. And they'll say, well, if you deposit 80% of your assets in Bitcoin and 20% in cash, this is what it has done in the last 6 months. So, maybe that's fine for you. If you flip it and 80% is cash and 20% is Bitcoin, this is what it would have done. If you go 50-50, this is what it would have done. Because all of our stuff connects to trading.
Like I said, I'm running this in the background, so I kind of know the answer, but anything could happen in the future. So this is us putting our money where our mouth is to some degree, because if it went bad, that would be pretty embarrassing.
Well, here's the thing. It's going to, the algos are going to do what you say that, so you've got bids down at 88 for Bitcoin, right? So you're going to see is Scott Melker's intuition better or just as good as Arch Public's algorithms when we get to that spot? Are you going to be right, or do we go down to 86.5 and the algorithms buy more for you down there after it's gone past it? You see what I mean? That'll be the telltale sort of
rob me. Your license plate also says rob me.
It depends on where you're located, right? So if you're in the state of Tennessee, that might go over well. Orange is pretty popular. Or in Texas, right? Where again, orange is fairly popular. But maybe not, Massachusetts. That might be problematic.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah, everybody go to archpublic.com. Currently 4 of our algorithms are free for you to use. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP. We have more assets coming to market. And so
earlier in the chat,
you know what?
Because they would have been making fun of Tillman, and we could have all read that.
I've got a injury report with Tillman. He threw out his back playing pickleball.
This guy gets hurt a lot.
Yeah. Well, he's a former athlete. It happens to us. We break down.
Yeah, things don't work. God.
Yeah. So
2 of my friends played pickleball for the first time like 2 years ago. I've never played because of this. They went out. And so, our third friend is this guy, Caleb Sturgis, who was he was a kicker for the Eagles and the Dolphins and for the Gators, but he's like a freak pickleball player. And he was like, all right, guys, come out and play pickleball. One guy left with a horribly sprained leg, and the other one left with a torn Achilles. And one of the guy who tore his Achilles, a great
like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, and enabling post notifications for more content on crypto and digital assets. Check out our other videos and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement helps with the YouTube algorithm and keeps the content coming. Thanks for your support. Enjoy the video.